The office building's windows were suddenly boarded up with steel plates, leaving hundreds of employees stunned. At first, everyone thought it was a fire drill, but then the boss's voice came over the intercom. He ordered them to immediately stop working and kill 2 colleagues within half an hour. If no one followed his instructions after 30 minutes, double the number would die. Hearing such a cruel message, everyone was thrown into a panic. They didn't yet grasp the gravity of the situation, thinking it was just a sick prank. Only Mark sensed something was seriously wrong. For everyone's safety, he gathered all the employees in the first-floor lobby to discuss how to escape. The manager, however, was the first to speak up, saying there was no need to panic. They were all society's elites, and so far no one among them had been harmed. Hearing the manager's words, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Some people went to the rooftop, hoping to find help from the outside world. One seemingly clever man tried to cut through the steel plates with a blowtorch, but to his dismay, the plates were completely unaffected. Clearly, this plan was a bust. Just then, someone noticed a security guard on duty in the guardhouse by the main entrance. The crowd immediately waved at the guard for help, but to their shock, the guard merely glanced at them before turning his head away, pretending he hadn't seen them. Everyone was dumbfounded. A colleague tried to reassure everyone not to panic. After all, half an hour had passed, and they were still okay, right? Perhaps this was just a psychological test from the boss. But the words had barely left his mouth when a female coworker's head exploded. At the same time, people in the first-floor lobby also began to die. In an instant, the scene descended into chaos. Within moments, 4 people had died in quick succession. An observant man suddenly noticed something odd. Despite his subordinates' attempts to stop him, he went to examine the bodies. To his astonishment, he discovered they hadn't been shot to death but had died from self-detonation. Hearing the man's words, Mark suddenly had a realization. Before entering the company, they had all had a chip implanted in their heads. They had assumed it was to boost work efficiency, but they never imagined this chip would claim their lives. Realizing this, Mark immediately went to the restroom, intending to remove the chip from his head with a knife. But just then, the intercom crackled to life once more.
I hope by now we've demonstrated that we are blindly bluffing. This game is a real one. Each of you are inside it. You can choose to follow our directives or not. Either way, you'll be giving us the results we're looking for.
The name of this movie is The Belko Experiment.